Hi there, it's Jen. I'm checking in after a long hiatus, about 3 weeks of not checking in. I was hoping to do this like every single Monday for my weekly updates, but we had gone to the beach one weekend and stayed there for a weekend, and then just last weekend we went camping for like 4 or 5 days. So kind of just hectic getting back from vacation, trying to get, the house back going and laundry done and kind of back in the routine of things. Just time kind of got away from me. So I have been able to check in. Probably bothers me more than it bothers you all because I was really hoping on having like this video diary of every single week of my progress. But I do have all my numbers written down, and I will go ahead and share all those with you. But before I do that, I wanted to kind of talk about what challenges I've had in the last few weeks. I will say week 1 and 2, after getting over, the extreme swelling of the esophagus and the stomach itself, and feeling like I couldn't get any fluid down and I made the biggest mistake of my life. Week 3, things kind of changed, and all of a sudden I was getting more volume food-wise that I really thought I should be getting. When I say that, I mean I was able to eat like a cup of soup at a time, or, a half a cup of refried beans with, some cheese melted on top, half a cup of cottage cheese, and I was thinking, I shouldn't be able to eat this amount of food because, talking to the surgeon in the whole pre-op phase, they're telling you, oh yeah, your stomach's about 2 ounces, in about a year you might be able to get a whole cup of food in, but right now, you're lucky if you're going to get, a few tablespoons to a quarter cup of food in. And I started thinking something must be wrong with my sleeve because I'm eating way more volume than I feel like I should be without getting uncomfortable or feeling full. So that was like week 3. And then week 4 kind of changed again, where I really couldn't get as much food in. And week 5 for sure. So I'm 5.5 weeks today, basically. It's April 15th. My surgery was on March 2nd. And I'm finding now that it is a huge struggle to get any food in. Like, for instance, this morning I had some leftover protein shake from the night before. It was only like 2 ounces left of it. So I drank that, and then I thought, okay, well, I'll have like half a cup of cottage cheese or something afterwards. So as I'm trying to eat this cottage cheese, I get like the 3rd bite down, and all of a sudden I feel totally uncomfortable, super full, and I can't eat any more of it. And it's just kind of interesting because, 2 weeks ago I would have easily been able to eat that, and now week 5 I can hardly eat anything. And even drinking volume-wise, it makes me feel really full just taking a few drinks of fluid. Speaking of fluids, I have to say I'm really bad at this. I was drinking about 100 ounces of water or, fluids a day before the surgery. And, the minimum now is they want you to be getting like 64 ounces in. And I am struggling, honestly, even at week 5, to get 30 ounces of fluid in. And a lot of times I can say, oh, I got 40 ounces in, but that's including like a protein drink. So fluid-wise, I'm really doing a bad job, and that's probably got something to do with why my numbers are the way they are, which I can go ahead and share with you at this point. So, pre-op weight or pre-op diet weight, I should say, 254.5 or 255. Surgical weight was 235. So in that 2-week pre-op diet, I'd lost 15 pounds. 1 week post-op, I was down to 224.6, so I had lost another 10.5 pounds that first week. Week 2, I was down to 220.6, so a little over 3 pounds. So I was thinking, oh, this is going really great. I met with my surgeon 2 weeks post-op, and he was like, oh man, you're like 17 pounds down in 2 weeks. He goes, you're way, way, way ahead of schedule. He goes, I think you're going to do super fantastic with this sleeve. And I think you're going to beat the odds and you're going to lose more than the 60 or 70% excess weight that you have. So, of course, I left that appointment totally stoked and feeling super confident, and all that kind of changed week 3. So week 3, I jump on the scale and I go up to 225.8. So almost a 6-pound gain in 1 week, and freaking out, of course, totally unhappy. All of a sudden I'm thinking, how could this be possible? How can I be gaining so much weight in 1 week when I'm hardly eating anything? Which got me thinking, so I started talking to my husband a little bit about it. Background for him is he was a personal trainer for years for a really large corporation, and I have a bachelor's in exercise physiology. So it's that whole thing where you know what you're supposed to do, you have the education, but you still don't do it. So it's ironic that I have the background that I have and the education that I have, and I'm still considered, morbidly obese or whatever. So anyways, my husband and I we were talking about the pre-op diet and the very limited amount of carbs that you have from the protein drinks. At least my pre-op diet, my surgeon would only let me drink shakes. I was allowed 4 shakes a day, and that was it, plus clear fluids like Jello and popsicles. Week 1 and 2, you're still pretty much on protein drinks and clear fluids, and then they say, okay, you can have some more. You can advance to thick fluids. Week 3, at least in my case with my surgeon, I was allowed to progress to soft foods. I mean, he was even encouraging me to try canned meats, like canned chicken breast or canned tuna moistened with a little bit of mayonnaise, and see how that went down. A nutritionist was saying crock pot meats, because they're super moist, you should try those. So week 3, my diet kind of advanced. More carbs were introduced. I started eating a lot of refried beans because I like them, number 1. Number 2, they were a soft pureed protein food. But, being that they're beans, they have a way higher carb content than, the protein drinks that I've been drinking for the previous 4 weeks or so. So what happens physiologically to your body is that all of a sudden you're kind of carb loading and getting all these carbs in that your body wasn't getting before, and your body latches onto it kind of like in this starvation mode, thinking all of a sudden, you're feeding me carbs, I'm going to keep them all. So typically what you'll find if you watch other videos or if you're on support groups is people will report at week 3 that they hit a stall. And then week 4 they'll lose again. For me, unfortunately, I didn't just hit a stall, but I actually gained almost 6 pounds. So my body really, really, really enjoyed those carbs that I ate during week 3. Week 4 jumped back on the scale, so I guess that would be about April 7th, and I was back down to 214.6. So I had lost a little over 10 pounds in that 1 week. So I had lost the 6 that I had gained plus another 4. So I was so relieved, thinking, okay, yeah, my husband's right. It was just my body. It was a whole week 3 phenomenon that everybody seems to have. So I was okay with that. What I found out about week 4 and now week 5 is volume-wise, I can't get any food in hardly at all. Fluids are a struggle. Protein drinks are a struggle. Solid foods are a total struggle. Forget about salads, which is interesting because week 3 I was trying to eat salad and it was fine. Week 4 and week 5, I can't do salad. It just really upsets my stomach, and kind of bummed out because I love green salads. And I was putting either tuna fish on it or grilled chicken breast, and super happy thinking, oh my God, I'm eating regular food again, healthier choices, less dressing, the whole fork in the dressing thing instead of pouring a bunch of dressing on top of the salad, but real food nonetheless, and salad. So I was so excited. But week 4 and week 5, salad is a total no-go. And then I'm talking to people online on my support groups, and they're like, oh yeah, we can't do salad yet. I wasn't able to do salad till I was at like 4 months post-op or whatever. So I weighed myself again on April 13th. Now, considering I had just come back from a 4-5 day camping trip that was it was an organized camping event with an equestrian club that we are involved with, and so it was fully catered. And when I say fully catered, I mean like pork roast and grilled chicken and grilled tri-tip and potato salad and quinoa salad and green salad and fruit salad and bacon and eggs and pancakes and waffles and biscuits and gravy. I mean, everything you could think of, muffins and breads and pastries and desserts galore. I couldn't eat any of it, but I tried to eat some of it, and it was just really, really awful. And it was funny because it was the first time people really noticed that I'm not eating anything. And they would sit down next to me with this huge plate of like this awesome food because it's all being cooked for us. And I would try and make a plate, and it would be shared with my 2-year-old daughter, and she would end up eating more than I could eat. And the whole joke around the camping table was, "Oh, Jen, are you having your one bean for dinner? You sure you can handle that? You want another? You want seconds?" And it was true. Food was really hard. So when I came home on Sunday night, I said, okay, I'm going to weigh myself Monday morning, which would be my 5-week post-op, thinking I had to have lost weight. I hardly drank anything, so I know I'm probably dehydrated, so I've lost water weight. And what I did eat was, foods that I really wasn't supposed to be eating, at least not yet. Excuse me. So I was thinking I was going to lose more weight. I was like, okay, maybe I'll come back at like 212, lose a couple more pounds. And unfortunately, the scale did a whole week 3 thing on me again. So I went from the 214.6 to 218.2. So that was Monday. So I'm up again. I was kind of upset at first, but now I'm kind of over it because I also realized that I am shrinking, like inchwise, and something I've been meaning to do for the last couple of weeks was take all my measurements again because I took them the night before surgery. But I started at like a size 24 pant, and now I'm kind of squeezing into a size 18. So, yeah, we're obsessed with the number. Yeah, we're obsessed with the scale. But I have to try and step back and say, okay, well, my body's changing. Something is happening for the better because I just dropped almost 3 pant sizes in 5 weeks. So the sleeve is working, and I'm happy now. So that being said, I'm at week 5.5. I will definitely be making my 6-week video, which will be next Monday. Hopefully I'll get my measurements in on the Sunday night before so I can kind of share inches lost as well. But that's kind of what's happened. That's where I'm at. Food is an issue. It's a struggle. Getting all my fluids in, major struggle. Protein-wise, I'm doing okay. I'm getting about 50 to 60 grams a day. I know the minimum is 60. Doing my best to meet that. But people are definitely noticing finally, oh, you've lost a lot of weight, haven't you? What have you been doing? So things are finally moving in the right direction, even though the scale may not be saying so. Everything else is. So anyways, I hope you all are doing well. I hope your journey is, going well and things are moving in the direction that they need to be for you. Hopefully you're doing well with fluids and your food, doing better than I am. And here's to week 6 and dropping a whole bunch of weight. So thank you for checking in. Thank you for watching my video. Please feel free to leave me any questions or comments. And I look forward to making more videos for you all to see. Bye.